Now, the second part of initial orders that I wanted to cover was power management. So we have a reactor system here, but for most ships that will generally provide just enough power to power all your systems. And if we hover over one of them here, we can see at the bottom power used 1, power used 2, power used 6. And what you can do in the initial orders phase is actually turn systems off by clicking on the red button, and you will see that that creates a surplus of power in the reactor. Now this surplus can be used in different ways. So the engine, for example, has an efficiency of 3. So if I increase that with the plus, um, I can see again extra point of thrust. I go from 8 thrust to 9 thrust, but it costs me 3 of the surplus in the reactor. And that's basically the idea between shutting some systems off to boost others. Um, Another example, if I turn these two heavy lasers off, is I could boost my sensors and give myself an extra point of electronic warfare, um, which a lot of people will do in the early turn. They'll turn off the rear weapons in order to do that. The other more interesting thing you can do with a very sort of small variety of weapons, such as heavy lasers, is you will see this lightning bolt symbol, and that means you can start set it to overload. And what you do is you basically put in twice the amount of power. So the normal power is 6, you have to put another 6 in, but we turned off our heavy laser at the back in order to get that surplus. Um, and over the course of a full recharge cycle, so in the case of heavy laser, 4 turns, you can overload that weapon, and then when it's finished its overload charge, it can essentially fire a sustained shot, which I will cover in other video, I think, potentially. Oh, I think there's already a video there. So that is the type of power management you can typically do in initial orders, and can be a very useful way of just optimizing your ship to do if you know you need to do like an extreme maneuver, boost your engine. If you're worried about electronic warfare, boost your scanner. The one system I will point out is a jump engine. You can turn that off for extra power. However, you will get a warning because typically that shouldn't be done in a normal game. There are certain scenarios where desperate rules apply, and it's okay to do that. It's also okay if the jump engine has taken more than 50% damage. But typically speaking, if neither of those conditions are true, you should not be turning that off for extra power. Okay, fantastic. Thanks.